Is audio coming through now? Ah, there it is. There it is. Ah, it's terrifying. And I've got this nice little delay, which is really throwing me off. That's another bit. And you all saw behind my screen because I don't know how to do things yet. But I'm just gonna mute that. There we go. But I digressed a little just to see what was going on with the chat, just because I can't see it on screen right now. So essentially, this is a free adventure from CHAOISUM, the creators of Call of Cthulhu 7th edition. This is 7th edition. And we're just going to have a little jaunt through it. It goes from character creation all the way to your inevitable ending, whether that be death, insanity, or somehow managing to escape. The goal would be escape. Though, from what I've heard of Call of Cthulhu, and the little bit that I've been able to digest, I doubt I'll be living through this. But we can always live in hope. Uh, always, always, always. But just to let everybody know, you guys didn't hear me because I was an idiot and forgot to turn on my audio. Um, but I want to give a quick shout out to D and 3D Dice, which is spelled DD Dice, and particularly to one of their moderators, Tom, who helped me set up a virtual overlay for rolling dice. Essentially, just to keep me honest that I'm not trying to fudge rolls or anything like that. As my name suggests, I am a DM, and there are some DMs who fudge rolls, and I don't want to do that. I feel like that would be, what's the word? There's no integrity there, in my opinion. But let's take a quick look at chat. Wow, there's actually people here. That's crazy. Hello to all the people. I am so glad you could come, and I'm actually oh my, Hearthfile Tales is here. Holy shit! And I'm gonna spread you through the universe to, so you can see. Thank you, Hearthfile Tales. You guys are really cool. And whoever Earned Crest is, I think you're probably a bot. But I appreciate it nonetheless. And Chaos Blade and Average Joe, I think I know who you are. And if you are those people, thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate it. But without further ado, let's get into it. So, like I said, this adventure is called Alone Against the Flames, and honestly, I am here for this cover. This cover is sick as hell. Let's move down a bit. Ugh. This is double page? Gross. Don't like that. Single page. There we go. That is much better. Much, much better. Now, I'm assuming because the number 1 is here, we're going to start from number 1. And to make this more fun and, to stress me out generally, I'm going to be narrating this. I'm going to be reading it out. You're going to hear my lovely, lovely voice through your ears, which I can only assume everybody here is wearing headphones. If I scream, I'm not sorry. Truly not. And all the mouth sounds. You're all going to hear all the mouth sounds. And I feel nothing. Maybe that's just whatever cosmic entity this is just flowing through my veins, just affecting me already. Anywhoosie. Alone Against the Flames by Gavin Inglis. Mr. Inglis, I apologize if I have pronounced your name wrong, but your adventure seems really fun. Anywhoosie. Number 1. The sun is high in the sky, a merciless ball of heat. You feel scorched by the time you reach the bus halt in front of Osborne's drugstore. It's a relief to put down your heavy case and take off your hat for a moment. You fan your face. It has been a long summer here, in your hometown. Where is my hometown? Let's say, Riverdale. Why not? Somebody's put Riverdale in my head in the last couple days, and, now, I'm from there now. And yet, a curiously empty one. Thank God, I couldn't stand if I saw any of them there. You look across the street at the grubby butcher's shop, the grocer's with its faded awning, and the shabby tobacconist. Mistrustful faces glare at you as they pass, eyeing your clothes and luggage. It was your parents' choice to live here, not yours. You were happy down south as a child, among Providence's white-walled houses and leafy churchyards. Perhaps this new job in Arkham will supply the change you need. Yet everybody you know in the world lives here. You know nobody in Arkham, not one soul. You ask yourself one last time if you are doing the right thing. The answer is here. None of your supposed friends have come to see you off. You are alone. Whatever challenges lie in Arkham, it will be a brand new life and a brave one. A small grey motor coach approaches and rattles to a stop. You put your hat back on and pick up your suitcases. Go to 263. So how this is essentially going to work is I'm going to be reading out paragraphs, and then at the end of the paragraphs, it'll tell me where I need to go. Let's see here. Woo. All right. So now we're going to number 263. Lucky number 263. Nope, quite. Nope. I'm really spoiling the vibe. Ooh, overshot. Here we go. Two young men with sullen expressions alight from the coach. One looks you up and down before heading away. The driver also steps down, glancing at you before crossing the road to visit the tobacconist. When he returns, he is rolling his cigarette between his yellowed fingers. Oof, gross. He gives it a final twist and examines you as he reaches for his matchbox. He is a thin man in his 50s, dressed in a stained shirt with the bus company emblem. Yet his eyes are sharp in their dark sockets. Where to? You show him your ticket for Ossipee. From there, you will connect to Rochester and Portsmouth, before the coastal line to Newburyport, and finally, Arkham. You should be able to afford a rail ticket for at least some of the way. Oh, Jesus, am I poor? Otherwise, this will be the first of many long bus trips. The driver scratches the match against his cigarette. Oh, I thought he had already lit it. Whoops. The end flares as he takes a draw. Then he exhales and gestures to the back of the coach. Luggage racks up there. All right. Now, so I've taken the liberty of downloading these character sheets again from CHAOISUM. CHAOISUM actually is a really good resource. They have a couple of free adventures, both solo and excuse me, Jesus. Both solo and for a group, and I think the ones that cost money are quite reasonable. I'm not sponsored by them. This is the first time I'm ever doing this. I just really like Chaosium. I respect. Ooh, my cheat sheet fell. That's fine. Who needs cheat sheets? So, below in the italics here, it's basically telling us the rules of the game and how to fill in character sheets. So it's a little different from, say, D&D, which is the TTRPG that I originally started playing. Rather than scores that don't usually go above 20, or if they do, they don't go above like if they're going up to 30, there's something wrong. DMs, you need to think about what you've done there. But I digress. Most of the time they won't go above 80 or 100 as far as I can see. So 80 would be a very good score, fantastic score, whereas something like, I believe, 40 is about average. Like, it's not the worst score, it's not the best score. I believe the average is about 50 if I remember correctly, but we'll go for it. So beside each of the characteristics, we've got a couple more than would usually be in, say, D&D. Again, D&D is my background. I compare everything to D&D. We have strength, we have constitution, we have dexterity, intelligence, size, power, appearance, and education. Now, how it was explained to me in terms of intelligence and education. Education is, your education, whether that education was formal or informal. So you could have a high education, but that education could be, as they put it, the school of hard knocks. And intelligence is more, I would honestly relate it more to like the wisdom stat in D&D. It's more about your imagination and your logic combined, rather than in D&D where it's separated into wisdom and intelligence. But that's how I like to think about it. I will start off with strength. I don't see my this character being very strong. So let's go with 40. And, go 40 and we'll see if maybe I die immediately. Anyways, let's go down the middle, down the line for all of these physical things, because I don't think I would like to play like an intelligent type of character, you know what I mean? Feel as it's very interesting. It's just wow, there's 6 people in here now. Oh my god. I truly expected nobody to show up, so this is super nice. Thank you to everybody who's showing up for the party. Intelligence. I did say I wanted to be smart. I've always wanted to be smart. It's interesting, right? I think I'm so sorry. I make so many fucking mouth sounds. I'm gonna have to tone that down for future. Let's go 60. Yeah. And we'll go 60 for education as well. You can, I can apparently have 2 60s. And you know what? I'm gonna make myself hot. I'm gonna be hot as hell. I'm gonna get 70. Oh, no, no, no. I don't want a 70. Do I really want my highest stat to be how hot I am? Yes, yes, I do. I feel like I don't know why that feels strange to me. I don't think like I'm like, because I'm a forever DM, right? So I don't actually make too many like single characters. I make a multitude of characters, right? Um and in the ones where have been a player, I haven't necessarily played like very attractive characters. I've played like high charisma characters, but I wouldn't necessarily call those people, the people that I played who had high charisma, hot. I'm deciding that I'm hot. And that's the empowering statement of the day. I've decided that I'm hot. Let's see. Now we go to number 8. Here we go. Okay. The driver smokes and watches as you drag your cases to the back of the motor coach. The rack is set inconveniently high on the vehicle. You get a grip on the heavier case. So, if your size is 40, go to 23. If your size is higher than this, go to 38. It is 50. This bitch is gonna make me haul this heavy ass thing. I like, like I said, strength is my dump stat. You always gotta have one dump stat. The driver continues to enjoy his cigarette, watching with keen interest as you struggle with the cases. You grit your teeth and heave the second one into place. Perhaps the residents of Arkham will have better manners. Ah, fucking... I doubt it. Let's see here. 233. Oh, before I move on to 233, I'll confirm my stats. I have a strength of 40, constitution 50, dexterity 50, intelligence 60, size 50, power, which is like willpower, mental stability, I forgot to mention that, is 70. I'm pretty mentally stable. I'm not in real life. I'll just make that clear. I'm playing a mentally stable, very beautiful woman. What a dream. What a dream. So, like I said, power 70, appearance 80, smoke show, education 60. Now, there are more stats beyond that, but I can only assume that we'll get to it. Hope we get to it anyway. And I've just realized that one of my things is running low. I may need to take a quick minute to fix that. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I just need to quickly fix this. It's actually quite important for the stream that I fix this. So, 1 second, please hold. That didn't work. God damn it. Oh, I know why it didn't work. There we go. Okay, guys, sorry about that. Yep, everything's good. Yeah, I just needed. There was a low battery pack. I didn't realize something wasn't plugged in, and it was very important that I plugged it in. Yeah, there's my character sheets. Hopefully, I'll be a little bit more tech savvy for the next one. But I apologize profusely. Let's take a look. 233. Oh, this is 1. We need 2. Two, three, three. Here we go. The driver flicks his cigarette into the gutter and steps into the motor coach. Its engine coughs into life. You board, grateful that you will be the only passenger for the initial part of your trip at least. With mixed emotions, you watch from the window as the tired avenues of your old home slip behind you, receding into the distance. For a few minutes, you can still see the church spire over the brow of a low hill. Then the road dips, and it too is gone. Arkham is your new home. You will travel there and make a new start. Hopefully, I'll meet a nice girl named Harleen Quinzel, I believe her name was. Some nerd'll correct me, I'm sure, and I'll be immediately cancelled for not knowing the original name of Harley Quinn. Anywho, okay. You will see 2 small boxes to the right of each characteristic value. If in the strip below, you will see track the record sanity. Beginning sanity is okay. The stat that every single person who wants to play Call of Cthulhu is here for. The sanity. And my sanity is going to be 70. Which is awesome. Very good sanity. I am a very mentally stable, and don't you forget it. And beginning magic points. Yo, I got magic? Yo. And our value you've just assigned to power divided by 5. Okay. 70 divided by 5. Watch how bad at math I am. Was that 14? 14. Yeah, I think it's 14. I was hoping somebody would post it in the chat, but then I was like, nah, I shouldn't expect that. Just expect that you're alone here, and you have to do the math yourself. I'm in an office. Maybe there's a calculator. It's not worth looking for a calculator. 134 on. I will do this math eventually, but I do realize how much time I've kind of wasted, especially in the first few minutes of the stream. I want to try to get as much done as I possibly can, or at least get into the main story arc. 134. Okay. The coach putters through the countryside. At first, the interior is stifling and your stomach lurches with every bend in the road. However, the driver opens his window, and by switching seats, you find a spot where the breeze hits your face. You soon relax into the journey, observing the quaint little hamlets that the coach serves. A heavy-set woman boards at one settlement and gives you a polite nod. She gets off at the next one. The road rises a little, passing cornfields and orchards. The leaves are turning and the trees are alive with glorious reds and golds. You have just begun to doze when the driver takes a tight bend at speed. Okay. Add size and con together, then divide the total by 10, rounding down. This is your starting value for your hit points. Oh, okay. Size and con. Oh, that's the exact same. So that's 100. 100 divided by 10 is 10. Hope that's right. I hope I didn't just make. I hope I didn't just say something incredibly stupid. But that sounds. Yeah, it's 10. It's 10. You have a luck score. Roll 3d6. Ooh, our first roll. So, like I said, this system is called 3D dice, pronounced DD dice, and one of the lovely guys there very nicely helped me when I was struggling to set this up. Thank you, Tom. You're a G. Now, hopefully, the goal is you guys will be able to see the roll. So let's see here. I am rolling 3d6, it said. And then I have to multiply it by 5. Well, that just sounds upsetting. 3d6 and roll, baby, roll. Oh, shit, for real? 17. Dang. Oh, God, what's 17 times 5? Well, 5 times 5 is... That's... No, I mean, 10 times 5 is 50. And 7 times 5 is 35. So, 50... So that's 85. Yeah, 85. Guys, I'm killing the maths right now. I'm killing it. And oh, and I saw owl wheat, I believe it was. Wheat owl. Thank you for joining the stream, man. Really appreciate it. I think I know who you are, and if you're not who I think you are, I'm sorry, my dude, for calling you out. Anyways. Oh, and I have to make another roll immediately. So I roll D100. Yeah. So, how basically Call of Cthulhu works, it doesn't use D20. It rolls D100 percentile dice. The one that truly nobody ever really uses in D&D unless you're like a wild magic sorcerer. And also the DM. But essentially how this is going to work, if I roll below my my ability score total, so for in this case it's Dex, if I roll below a 50, I pass. If I roll above a 50, I fail. And excuse me. And the goal would be that I don't fail too hard. But I don't think those rules come into it yet. But that's something we can definitely look into later on. So, D100, we're looking for below a 50. Ooh, yeah, 20. Yes. So if I passed, I go to 261. Mew, 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 mew. Come on, come on. Mew, 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 mew. Here we go. So, because it's been so long since the last paragraph, I was falling asleep, I was dozing off. A desperate yell awakens you. You feel yourself slide from the seat as the driver spins the wheel and the motor coach plunges off the road. You grab hold of the seat in front just in time to prevent a painful fall. The coach stops with a thump. Now you see what has happened. A Fordson tractor has stopped in the road and your driver has had to swerve to, turn the page, avoid this steel obstacle. He leaps from his seat into the road, unleashing a string of curses at the farmer. You take a moment to catch your breath. Perhaps you should offer assistance? But the driver's already returned. He backs the coach up a little and threads it around the tractor, glaring at the farmer. Uncomfortable. 71. But hey, at least I didn't get a concussion. I don't like concussions. According to my parents, I've had at least one. Though, knowing me, it's probably been more than that. Well, it wasn't really a concussion, actually. It doesn't matter. So, you resume your journey. The driver takes the curves with more caution than before. He glances over his shoulder at you a couple of times. Sorry about before, he says. That fella was dumber than a hog. I'm Silas. What's your name? The accident was at least as much Silas's fault as the farmer's. Yeah, let's be real. Like, he was... You cannot... Bus drivers. That's all I'll say. But it doesn't seem shrewd to antagonize the man while he is driving you through the middle of nowhere. And it just says, make a name for your character. I'm feeling Angela. Angela, yeah. Called Angie for short. Angie. What's a good, like, good? I don't know if I mentioned it, but most, if not all, of Call of Cthulhu settings are set in the 1920s. And I'm trying to think of in America. And I'm trying to think of a good American name. And I think, what stuck in my head immediately was Cartwright. So since I'm on a schedule, Cartwright it is. Angie Cartwright at your service, sir. That was a Southern Belle. I'm pretty sure I'm not. But here we go. That's what I've come up with. That's my voice. Angie Cartwright at your service, sir. The coach turns onto a narrower turns onto a road, which weaves uphill through woodland. Silas becomes chatty. Going to Arkham, eh? Can't say I ever heard of the place. Went to Boston once, didn't like it. Too much hustle and bustle. You got family there? A special someone waiting? No. No. I've got a new job. That's why I'm heading to Arkham. The afternoon is wearing on. You see no harm in confiding in Silas about your new life. New job. What's your line? Okay, now we have a couple of choices here. We have an antiquarian, who is, I guess, somebody who deals in antiques, a doctor of medicine, a journalist, a private investigator, and a professor. Again, my gut is feeling professor, because Angie does not feel like a private... Well, she could be a private investigator, you know. Was My Girl Friday. Can't remember if that was a reference from the 1920s or something like that. But I'm feeling... It could be. How about I roll for it? Let's say I'll roll a d6 to make it easy. Evens, we go private investigator. Odds, we go professor. 4. Evens. I am a private investigator. Oof, okay. I should have. Now I feel like I should have called this girl Friday. Friday Cartwright. That's actually a killer name. I'm sticking with Angie though. Oh, sorry, Hearthfire. I saw you say professor, but now that I've been told to go with private investigator, the dice have spoken. I'm kind of feeling it now. I'm feeling it. So, we're PI. And I think by law that means I have to wear like a one of those cool pork pie hats. I think that's what that means. So, yeah. Angie Cartwright, private investigator. I'm going to solve the murder of my friend's dad. Sure. Oh, God, I shouldn't be staying silent. I did a radio module back in the day when I was still in school, and they were always like, never leave any silent air, not even for a second. And you're like, that's so stressful. But anywho, 249. You skirt around the details of the profession in your usual way, mentioning only that you've helped the police to clear up various problems in the past. Your heart pounds a little faster as you think of the post that you have secured at the Blackwood Detective Agency. You've had enough of investigating marital infidelity and bank clerks on the take. It sounds like the Blackwood Agency is just the opportunity you need to cut your teeth on some real villainy. Silas narrows his eyes, but he says nothing. Oof. Oh, God. Credit rating. So, credit rating is essentially like how much money you have at any given time. It's essentially so you don't have to constantly be like, oh, I have $10 on me right now, and that's all the money I have in the world. But it's the same. Ooh, Jesus. It's the same as before, where the lower your number, the worse chance you have of something. So my credit skill is 20%, which means I'm dirt poor, guys. I'm so poor. But my occupation skills are so I'll show the sheet for this. So on these sheets, it is a lot more detailed than a D&D 5e sheet. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 19. I'm not going to do that math. There's a lot of skills, and you can have, and depending on your occupation, you can choose a certain amount of these skills. So, for example, like with my occupation as a PI, I can have spot hidden, which is Cthulhu's version of perception. I could have good psychology, which is their version of insight. And there is the only caveat to that is there is a skill called Cthulhu Mythos. Cthulhu Mythos, as you could probably guess, is knowledge of the eldritch and the unknown. And if you have any points in this skill, it mechanically it means you have to put your sanity down, because it means you have at least some understanding of the world beyond, and the human mind is not meant for such things. But let's look at our girl Angie, shall we? Okay. So I can choose how many? Oh, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. So I can choose 8 of these, apart from Cthulhu mythos. Um, yeah. I think photography. You gotta, as a PI, you gotta. You're taking all the pictures, those salacious pictures of the husband going off with some other husband's wife, you know, or man or woman. I'm sure Angie has seen some weird shit, and you gotta have. Oh, you have to choose. So you can have charm, fast talk, intimidate, or persuade. So charm, I think people can guess what charm is. Fast talk is the equivalent of deception. So it could fast talk could mean either straight up lying or you're conning a person, which is also just another way of lying. I don't know why I clarified. I think it was pretty self-explanatory. Intimidate or persuade. Hmm. It sounds bad, but I could see Angie being a liar. But she's also incredibly hot. Hmm. Uh, and Hearthfire Tales, I'm just after seeing your post. You are absolutely right. It's all in the heart of the dice, and the dice spoke to me and said, "Pi." Mm, my head says charm, but my heart says fast talk. Uh, I could leave it up to the dice again, but I don't want to do too many of those. Um, Now, hear me out. I am technically both player and DM. Two beautiful souls have merged at this moment. And the DM might allow me to forego one of the skills so I could take both charm and fast talk. Because only a rules lawyer would make me truly stick to. I am a rules lawyer. I don't know why I'm trying to talk myself out of the fact that I'm not. And my heart does say fast talk. It's to me it is a no brainer. Even though I really do like the idea of like because of this person's attractiveness, just bouncing my beautiful dreads and be like, yes, of course, yes. I don't think Angie would do that. I think Angie would have way more self respect than that. But what can I say? What can I say? Um, Psychology for sure, 100%. You need to know about who you're lying to. Um, I like the idea of doing disguise, but I I I also don't really see the point in it. Um, let's see. Let's go. Let's go law. No, library. Yeah, library. Let's go spot hidden. How many is that now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 5. Um, Sorry, I know I should be talking and being entertaining, but my brain is just like, um, because I'm trying to decide. Oh, no, I have to pick. Oh, I see. Okay. I've been misunderstanding this the whole time. Okay, that's fine. So I get all of these just um for being a PI, and then I can choose one other one for, just being myself, being my pretty self. Um, I'm really feeling this prettiness thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then one more is 8. Um, ooh. Now here's a thought. I think I think it she would put points into stealth, and I'll tell you why. Uh, I don't see Angie being necessarily a fighter. Uh, like in the same like I think she put more of her energy and her ability into being able like a more of a covert ops than rather than going in and beating up a perp. You know what I mean? Um, so with that in mind, let's I would say she's got a pretty good photography skill because you got to be snapping them pics. You got to be snapping them pics. So let's give her. I don't want to give her too high. Like she's good and she's not. You know, can't think of any um famous photographers from the 1920s. I'm sure there are like you know I'm sure there are many, but I was a film nerd, not a fucking photography nerd. Um, disguise. I think that's gonna be lowest. She hides. She doesn't disguise. Um, you gotta give a good high fast talk. You simply must. And I'll also give a good high psychology. Um, we'll do 40 law. Did I already put 40 down? Yeah, I already put 40 down for his disguise. How many 50s do I have? I've got 150, so let's do 50 for library use. Ah, crap. Did I calculate this wrong? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. No, because I should have. I've got 150 left. I'm just being a dumb. And then finally, stealth. She's not going to disguise her prettiness. She's just going to hide behind a bush until somebody goes away. Now we go to 128. 128, bop bop. 128. What is that song? I feel like it's a Busted song. I feel it has very McFly and McBusted vibes. Here we go. You realize Silas hasn't made a stop since the incident with the tractor. The motor coach winds its way uphill. However, your thoughts are interrupted as the road crests a ridge and you are treated to a magnificent view of the vista below. A creek snakes through the valley, breaking the rich autumn palette of the tree line. In the distance, the white mountains rise into hazy cloud. There is no settlement. Oh, there is no settlement. Not even a cabin, as far as the eye can see. Birds drift through the treetops, and you can just make out what might be two white-tailed deer lingering by the water. I wonder if it's Bambi's parents before the shot. I'm sorry, I should not have said anything, but it was I had to. It was right there. Perhaps you are making a mistake by moving to the city. Could you survive on your own in this lush wilderness? No, man, my heels. You have a base ability in most skills listed in brackets after the skill name on the investigator sheet. Cool. Choose skills for which you're... Choose 4 skills. These are your personal interests. Boost each of these by 20. Cool. I'm going to boost my listen. Let's just be like, listen. Okay. I know it's a little min-maxy, it's a little metagamey, but I would argue that a PI should be able to eavesdrop. And the skill that's in parentheses beside it is 20, so add another 20, that's 40. Look at me killing the simple math today. My teachers would be so proud. And again, a little metagamey, a little min-maxy. But locksmith skills. I mean, come on. I personally believe that she is the type of woman, Angie is the type of woman who would pull a hair clip out of her beautifully done hair and just go, like, click, and it wouldn't even be high. It would be, there's literally, you have to roll a 1 on a D100 to be able to get it without any kind of training. So, like, the likelihood I'll get it, the likelihood that I would hit 21 is still pretty low. So, I don't think I'm hurting anyone. Okay, that's 2 more. All like every single pulp, every single like old time like detective movie. Like I'm it's not even a detective movie. Like I'm for some reason all I can think of is Double Indemnity. If anyone's ever seen Double Indemnity, like it's definitely that's the vibe I'm getting right now. And for some reason all I can think, like, they don't even use guns that I don't think a gun is used really. I think it's used maybe once, but that would be spoilers for if I said. Fuck it. She has a gun. She knows how to. Well, it makes sense again. And again, added 20. So, and we'll both chill. There is, just handgun. She's not going to be wielding any shotguns anytime soon. And charm. See? I knew I'd get it. I knew I'd get there in the end. I knew I would find my way into getting my beautiful lady some charm. And that's it. That's like, let's see, what time is it? We've got started at 8:30. It's now 9:30. We'll see how we get on. Because There are some values here I definitely don't know, and I'll have to use a calculator, but that's going to take me too long. So I'm just going to move on. Now we go to 144. Yes, it's only like a couple of pages away. Here we go. The motor coach rattles on through the hills, and Silas lapses into silence. The sky darkens behind you, pinks tinting the clouds as the sun descends. Finally, a welcome sight comes into view. A settlement on the crest of a hill. This doesn't look like the pictures you've seen of Ossipee, but perhaps you can persuade Silas to stop while you stretch your legs? Minutes later, a harsh stuttering from the engine interrupts your reverie. Silas frowns and rattles the gear stick. The motor coach falters in its ascent. Silas utters a curse you don't recognize and grinds his teeth, struggling at the wheel. You seem to inch up the hill until you reach the first buildings, low dwellings constructed from a rough red stone. Silas wrestles the coach into a small bay off the road. He scrambles from his seat and makes for the engine compartment. You now must choose drive, auto, or psychology. Oh, but I need a hard success. So, it actually explains it here, but I'll paraphrase. So a hard success is if you roll below half of your score. So my psychology, which is 60. So for me to get a hard success, I need to roll below a 30 or below. You know, could be done. What'd I get? Why is it not loading? And I didn't bring any for real click-clacks with me. No. What have I done? Did anyone happen to see? No? That's okay. I've got it on my phone, by the way. I'm not just being rude. Let's just roll a test. That's so weird. It's not loading any of them now. God damn it. Am I gonna have to make... Let's just reload it. There we go. Oh, I felt bad. I felt bad. I got an 83. Can't be sure. I'm pretty sure. Because I had to reload the thing. Oh, it worked. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, I got an 83. That's like a... That's bad. That's a very bad. 194. Look at me. Oh, look at my high psychology. Okay. Silas opens the engine compartment open. Weird sentence. And sticks his head inside. The hot metal pops and sizzles. He pokes at various components, then withdraws and wipes his brow, smearing it with dark grease. I ain't sure what's wrong. Might be the oil pressure, might be something knocked off kilter when we took that spill. Can't do much until the engine cools down, neither. And with the light failing, I reckon we'll be here through the night. He wipes his hands on a rag. The shadows from your surroundings are already long, and the air is chilly. You feel stiff from the journey, and a night in the rickety coach sounds unappealing. Silas sees your dismay. This here's Emberhead, miles from any place. I only come through twice a week, but the folks here are good people. May Ledbetter keeps a spare room. She'll look after you. Up that alley, turn right, first house on the left. He scratches his cheek, looks again into the engine compartment, and spits on the ground. This man is gross. Meet me back here at 8 in the morning, and we'll see how's we stand. Okay. Okay. So I have no reason to. So the options are I can go look for May's house. I can ask where Silas is going, or I could challenge Silas about the breakdown. This is a breakdown. I don't know enough about cars to be able to be like, hey, you sir, what the fuck? So but I am curious about where he will go. So let's find out where Silas would go. If he ain't going to May's. What's wrong with May, Silas? Why don't you want to go? You don't want to hang out with May? 251. You ask about Silas's plans. He gives the engine a sour glance before answering. I've got acquaintances here in the village. Reckon one of 'em owes me a favour. Enough for bed and breakfast in any case. He stares at his grubby hands. Probably won't stretch to a hot bath, though. You don't seem to have a lot of options. You fetch your cases from the back of the motor coach. The last thing you need is for all your worldly possessions to disappear into some stranger's hovel overnight. 267. One more. You drag your cases between the sullen buildings. You feel surprisingly weary considering you have spent all day sitting down. Silas' directions lead you to a modest dwelling with a slate roof. A nameplate reads Ledbetter, and underneath a sign in a neat copper plate reads Lodging Room. Nice. Does anyone else, I don't know why this just occurred to me, but if anyone else has seen The Iron Giant, it just reminds me of the fact that Hogarth and Hogarth's mom, they were looking for a lodger as well, and the lodger turned out to be that FBI agent, whatever the hell his name was. I don't know why that occurred to me, but, you know, the things you remember. The lane around you is gloomy, but a lamp flickers in the window. A breeze chills your face. You're not about to begin your new life by sleeping in the street. You rap on the weather-beaten door. I need some juice, and I have plenty of it here. I don't know why you guys needed to know that, but at least you got a song out of it. I'm sorry if you heard my gulps, but am I? 4. After a moment, you hear footsteps inside the house. A bolt is drawn back and the wooden door swings open. A figure with loose curls and a rough-looking house dress peers at you. Her gaze takes in your traveling suit and your cases. That's right, I am wearing a suit, and I look fucking great. I lost my track because of how adamant I was about being hot. Anywho's, her voice has a slight Irish lilt. Okay, here's the thing. So, I am Irish. I was raised in Northern Ireland. And I have heard people say when I am outside of the country that I have an Irish accent. But within the country, I am told that I am American. But that is because I am half American. And I watch a lot of American cartoons because I truly don't know how I don't know how I have an accent. I moved when wasn't even speaking when me and my family moved here. But somehow I just have this bastardization of both Irish and American. And I can only really do an Irish accent when I'm not thinking about it. As soon as like As soon as it said Irish lilt, and I also hate that word, lilt. It's like, ugh, gross. um, I'm just trying to like channel my grandmother. No, it's. Hello, should I take it you're looking for a room for the night? Oh my god, that was so bad. I'm so sorry. You inquire as to her rates, suppressing a grimace. As far as you've seen, the village does not offer you many alternatives. Oh, you'll find them reasonable, she says. You look tired. I'm May. Come inside and we'll talk over a cup of tea. The true Irish way. Good Irish woman with a name like Ledbetter. Anyone who knows, maybe look up, is Ledbetter? I've never heard that name as an Irish name. Uh, I mean, could be Protestant, but I've never heard any person ever called Ledbetter. Anyway, the Ledbetter house feels cramped, with a low ceiling and simple fittings, but it is well kept and cheerful. Fire crackles in the grate, and a cheerful fire crackles in the grate. The aroma of the tea is soothing, and the cup warms your fingers. Have you come to Emberhead for the festival? Festival? Yeah, that's curious. What's Well, I'm curious. Oh, I want to know what this festival is. No, ma'am. I'm not here for a festival. What festival? Ah, well, now, I suppose the festival is about the only reason folks come to Emberhead. I thought you had maybe come to study it or take photographs. Well, it's not tomorrow night, but the night after. I suppose it looks very strange to a passer-by. May tops up your tea. The spout chinks against your cup. We've got the beacon, you see. One night every year there's a torchlit procession and we light the beacon on the cliffs. You've never seen the like of it. They say it keeps the spirit of the village alive for another year. It's a celebration. It's a celebration. She tails off for a moment and blinks. But you didn't come here to listen to me blather, and you must be hungry. I can rustle you up a bit of stew. How would that be? You ask again about her rates, and May names a price so low you accept it without hesitation. Vibes. The room is small but comfortable, and the stew dark and hearty. After dinner, you have a couple of hours before your usual bedtime. Let's chat with May. Let's chat. What's good, May? What are you up? How you doing? May talks about life in Emberhead. In her letters, my sister always asks if I'm not bored, living in such a small place. She lives in New York. Then she writes about how frightened she is about to walk home at night. I ask you. You mention your hopes for a new life in Arkham, but May doesn't seem to hear you. It's a small place here, yes, but that means we have real community. Everybody's face is known. Everybody works together. Nobody is excluded, except those who choose to exclude themselves. Of course. I couldn't live anywhere else now. Oh, charm. Come on, Angie. We've got to roll below a 35. Mama needs... Oop. Oh, shit. Mama needs that good goss. Give me that goss. Yes! Angie lives for the gossip. I got a 5. Now what? And May, tell me your secrets, May. 51. As the hour wears on, you are amused to hear May transform into a sort of tired tourist guide. Of course, the views from here are spectacular on a good day. A clear view all the way around. If you're a painter, you'll be right at home. If your tastes run more to the artisan, there are workshops on Silbury Street. just at the end here and turn right. They're not set up for visitors, you understand, but you'll see the real craftsman at work, the genuine article. Now, if you're really looking for fresh baked bread, it seems a shame to point out that you only intend to be here one night. You let May continue until she begins to yawn. Would you listen to me yapping? Time to turn in. When would you like your breakfast? Oh, ma'am. Well, Silas said we were going to be gone for 8 in the morning, so the ideal time would be around 7:30. Right you are, miss. As May stands, you hear a clunk behind you. You look over your shoulder, but all you can see is a wooden door securely closed. May tuts, the young lady of the house. She'll have been listening to us. Ruth, come and greet our guest. There is a short pause, then the door creaks open. 2 wide eyes peer at you from the gap between tousled hair and a rough nightgown. What do you say? The eyes blink. Pleased to meet you. Now get you back to bed. The door closes again. My daughter Ruth, 10 years this summer. She's a delight and a torment all in one. Don't worry, she sleeps in with me. She'll not disturb you. Good night now. Jesus, this is like, you know, when you, I'm not doing it any real justice by, I know this accent is hammy as hell, but if you could even call this an accent, but, it truly sounds like somebody who, who's never really been to Ireland and doesn't really know how we speak. But then again, this is the 1920s, and it's also fictional, so I'll relax about it. You retire to your room. It is a little chilly, but you are too tired to worry about lighting a fire. The sheets are clean, and the bed soon warms up. The silence outside is strange after living in a town for so long, but you soon drop off. 154. Let's see, here we go. You dream of fire in the grate. Coruscating colors shimmering through the dancing tongues of flame. At first they are tiny, almost microscopic, but they grow and grow until a kaleidoscopic inferno spills from the fireplace, spreading across the floor, up the sheets. You wake with a start. Daylight glints through the curtains. You get up and examine the grate, blinking the sleep from your eyes. It is quite cold. It's a bit weird. I mean, who doesn't love a nice toasty fire? That's all I can say. 166. Ugh. Ugh. Sorry, there was a spider. It was right in front of my face. Okay. May seems to have no running water, but has supplied some in a ceramic jug. You freshen up at the wash stand and go in. She cooks a hearty breakfast and leaves you in peace to eat. At about 7:30, you are paid up, packed, and ready to go. You bid May goodbye, and she wishes you the best for your new career in Arkham. Ooh. Man, I didn't even think to go outside. I'm such like a homebody. I'm like just truly thought, nah, I'ma just chat with this old lady and I'ma go to bed, get a good night's sleep. 192. You are already tired of your heavy bags. Hopefully Silas has repaired the motor coach and you can resume your long journey. A sourpuss he might be, but the old driver seems to understand his vehicle well enough. You pause to check your watch. Still 20 minutes early. And round the final corner. The motor coach is gone. That bitch! You put down your bags and search the area, trekking up and down slopes and around corners. At the edge of the village, you trace the long road back as it winds down across the hills. 8 o'clock comes and goes. There is no coach to be seen. That son of a bitch! I paid him money! A passing villager noticed your bags. Looking for the bus? I heard him take off at first light. He's due back in 3 or 4 days. Days. If you need a place to stay, May Ledbetter rents a room. The man raises his hat to you and strolls on into the village. You curse Silas under your breath. Perhaps he went for parts, but you wonder if the old goat has stranded you here on purpose. And do you know what? I think I'm going to end it there because this has the feeling of the calm before the storm, in my opinion. What kind of asshole just leaves you? That's how angry I am. Hit my microphone. He just straight, like, it would be one thing if, I was the only passenger on that fucking bus, and this guy was like, nah, I'm late, I've gotta go. And I was 20 minutes early. And this man still left. I'm actually kind of angry. I'm like, I can feel myself getting actually angry at this. I'm not, I don't think there would be any fear right now. Like, no reason. Like, the whole situation is off, but not off in a scary way. You know what I mean? It's literally just like, why the fuck would he leave? There is truly no reason. Like, the van was apparently broken. It's apparently not anymore. I was the only passenger on the bus. And I'm paying the man. And it would, and he, like, no, nothing. He just left. Oh, is there something? There's something for sure. Whether that something is going to melt my brains, I doubt it a little. Just, it was like a little. But let's see. Is there anyone left here? Worse, that Bus Aaron. Yeah, Bus Aaron. Yeah, truly sounds like a Bus Aaron vibe. Okay. Wow, there's 7 people. Gee, that is crazy to me. Thank you so much for joining me for this first stream. It truly means the world, and hopefully I'll have this figured out a little more, and we won't have to all stare into this impossible window here. Silas is a skis. Chaos. Silas is a skis. But again, thank you all for watching. Truly appreciate you. Appreciate your faces. And as soon as I figure out how to stop this thing, I will see you next time. I am hoping to keep streaming. I'm going to try for the same time next week. Maybe a little earlier. I was just it's like a headless chicken trying to get everything sorted, and I still don't think I did it right. I definitely didn't do it right. You can all see that I didn't do it right. Um, but truly means the world that you guys uh came for the stream. Um, thank you so much. Really appreciate it, and love your faces. I can't say that. That's Philip DeFranco's thing. Um, love your faces, and I'll see you next time.